I am your tour guide at the Lowe's Halloween Animatronic Spectacular Museum of the most prestigious pieces of our time. The whole tradition of the Museum of Lowe's history started in 2022 with quite interesting items as a lot of Jemmy-based horror licensed props, including a Michael Myers and Freddy Krueger, and they later on made some interesting pieces. But in 2023 is when they really kicked in. So many prestigious pieces. The giant scarecrow, many budget props, 15-foot the 12-foot scarecrow is a classic though in our collection. 2024 was a great classic with the Bone Collector, the Reaper Band, very creative members. Licensed props, Techie, Jemmy, and SVI all came together to make Peak. And in 2025, a new company was introduced, Sing Song, and yet more classics were made, such as the 12-foot Immortal Nightwalker. Well, our story ends here as your tour guide. 2026 was cancelled by Lowe's. Well, it wasn't, but it's not good. So that will not be put in the Hall of Fame. But this one prop will. You got all the scaries, the Nightwalker, and Bone Collector, these pro props. Now you have 15-foot Sunstar skeleton. Neat. I just felt compelled to make a skit about this. I understand that it's not the whole lineup. I understand. But I could never understand as big of a downfall that Lowe's had. And so, Lowe's, let's look at them. They've made some pretty cool items. They used to use Jemmy, Techie, SVI, Sing Song they started last year. I don't see any pieces this year that are Sing Song. And it's surprising, because the Sing Song ones in some locations sold pretty decent. Just don't look at my location that had 8 Immortal Blood Howlers. Yeah, it was rough. I got one for like $50 because they stayed so long. But take that out of the picture. Last year, alright, I understand. I made that video. It's worse than you thought. It's horrible. I told you correct and you wouldn't listen. And, I mean, it wasn't the best year. A lot of the pieces were just stupid, but 2026 rolls around, and we're all kind of feeling positive. A lot of people are putting dibs on Lowe's having the best lineup, because, Spirit Halloween is... I mean, it's leaked. It's apparently pretty much all real. And it's not the best thing I've ever seen. So Lowe's, a lot of people were like, well, I think Lowe's will be pretty good. Boy, were we wrong. It's the most, not just mid in my opinion, but it's a shame in my opinion. All these items are either Techie or Jemmy, it appears, this year. Techie at Lowe's usually makes some pretty great pieces, like the Balloon Dog Clown last year. But the problem is they usually are very expensive, and you'll see prices influence the year again this year. Alright. Sit back, hit your water, we're looking at this. Man, I gotta guzzle up, I have so much to say. Alright, so Lowe's. I didn't want to have to make this video yet. Apparently there's gonna be more to come. And this is something I'm really upset about, because this idea for Lowe's started at their prime for Lowe's Halloween, if you remember, the Haunted Mansion collection. There is no Haunted Mansion tease yet. Probably because Jemmy decided to make the Hitchhiking Ghosts, great idea, and make them 2 feet tall. Probably because of that. And those didn't sell well, so we'll probably never get another Haunted Mansion prop. If one doesn't come out this year, we're done. And this is just odd, kind of. That's a bad way to start it off for me. For some reason, these weren't leaked by decorating fanatics. That kind of breaks the tradition, honestly, in my opinion, having the huge watermarks over everything. But it is what it is. So, let's talk about our first piece. This one is this skeleton coming out of the ground. You can justify this for me if it was $10 and it was like 2 feet tall. Or if it was like, I don't know, like $200 and it was like 10 feet tall. It looks like crap. You know, people for years have been getting the idea and sculpt of a skeleton correct. This is not it. This looks like a kid's cartoon. Even though I do a little kids section in my display so kids will crap themselves looking at my demon animatronics, this is not it, man. It's like trying to be scary and innocent at the same time. But the opposite of that is this corroded Reaper looking guy coming out of the ground. He's apparently like 250 or something. I don't really confirm these prices. I've heard them, I think, but I can't perfectly remember. This guy, I believe, is like 5 or 6 feet tall. He lights up. I don't remember what he does. I think he moves or something. He looks kind of on the cheesy side, and he looks very Lowe's. But it's a decent item for what purpose you could have that with. So I'm honestly pretty impressed. I'm impressed more than the rest of this. Okay, there's this witch. I'm pretty pleased with this. This is a budget prop from Lowe's. $130 average techie budget prop. Can I just admit, why is like techie making better budget props now though than Pan Asian Creations does? I mean, it's kind of wrong to say that, but they look kind of decent now. This thing's $130. It's pretty cool. I'm not really the kind of person that buys witch props. I just know this is going to sell off the shelf, but it is a decent looking prop. It gets the job done. You know, that's all I can say. This, on the other hand, it's kind of split people in half. This pointing Reaper, I like that it points. It's the Soul Slasher and like the Pig Butcher concept, but this one's more like stiff, and it's not the same arm sculpt, which is usually like, for the Home Depot ones, they use the same arm. It's like that. This one looks like, you know, like the basic point. This one's pretty cool. I gotta be honest. I think it's stupid with how, like, the face looks. I think it looks very cheap. And you could just get maybe, like, a Soul Slasher on clearance. Or one of those. You could make this thing. But I feel like if I got this... I mean, I know for a lot of people, average consumer... and smaller haunts, this is perfect. This could be intimidating. If I bought this, I would never buy this without customizing it, honestly. I'd probably put like a mask on it or something. Just something kind of more intimidating than just the basic zero face. Like, guys, it's not 2015. It's not 2019. Just because you're a hardware store doesn't mean you need to keep doing these. Dude, do you remember when all the hardware stores had like Reaper animatronics that had like no face? It was hilarious. Gone are those days. But this item's like a flashback for Lowe's. It's something unique. You know, it gets the job done. I'll admit that. Okay, this next one didn't need to happen. And I don't know why they even are thinking about it. It is Halloween Stitch. Isn't that what he sounds like? The Santa Stitch animatronic for Christmas was unneeded, but it felt like it was something. You know, it felt like it might have a place with some people. In fact, at my Lowe's, it went to $37, 75% off. I bought one, but especially statistically, seeing how bad those sold, why would you make a Halloween one? Especially one that looks that bad. That thing really is concerning how bad it looks to me. And you know, it's already like 2 feet tall or something. But let's just forget about that. There's always the classic license line every year, which in 2022 I think was like horror. 2023 it was Disney. 2024 it was Wednesday. Those were pretty cool, huh? 2025 is Corpse Bride. They didn't do the props very great, but they were cool. And Frankenweenie, that one was pretty cool. We all were excited. What license are we going to get? What horror license as an exclusive for Lowe's is going to be released? It's Monsters, Inc., the best Halloween movie, most Halloween-y. We got the tiny 4-foot blue Sully, James P. Sullivan in the flesh, with for Halloween dressed as a vampire. And we got his friend Mike Wazowski in his Halloween best, which is just a hat. You see, it's just upsetting. I know that they're both probably like 4 feet tall, which honestly, in my opinion, especially if you're gonna make a Sully like make a limit of like 5 feet, just make it taller than Mike, you know. But I know that they're gonna be like the same heights, Jemmy. They're gonna cheap out. Like, why did they make the Hitchhiking Ghost small? Do you think they're gonna make Sully large? No. Why didn't they make, you know, they're gonna size down. it's just not how you make a Sullivan animatronic. You know, you could get Techie to do this. Well, I mean, they don't have the Disney license, but at least get some sense into Jemmy. To make maybe like this life-size piece, maybe 8 foot, but probably not that. Maybe like a 5-foot Sully. And maybe get like an activation thing, like one of the fear canisters, cheer canisters, yes. Press that down. Dude, why isn't Spirit doing this for a kid-friendly prop? I'm genius, man. But this is not it. I don't think this is gonna sell as great as a lot of you think it is. There are a lot of Disney adults, but I feel like this is gonna be like $250 too. I don't have a good feeling. Okay, we mentioned this earlier. There's the ooh. Yeah. Tacky with their 15-footers, man. They've tried. They've done great. And now there's this. It's a 15-foot immortal stare or whatever it's called. I don't know. It's just a giant skeleton that's got his hands up here and his head looking down. Guessing maybe it moves its mouth at most. It probably talks. Neat. Well, that's very awesome. Wow. Beautiful. Well, as Review Brush said, my disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined. I can't believe this is our 15-foot prop. And insult to injury is we have a pumpkin man. Ooh. You make two. A bad one and one that's pretty bad, but just a little bit better, which is the 15-foot pumpkin. This one has to be AI. This one can't be real, but I know it is. I want it to be AI. I want this whole thing. It has like claws like Freddy Krueger. That makes no sense. It's got a scary pumpkin head. It looks like that 15-foot scarecrow, but just... This is the Two-Faced Teddy of Lowe's, I think. This is like all just random parts mishmashed together. You know how like Two-Faced Teddy was like Harry's shoes, George's head, Silent Nelly's torso and body. It's like this is clearly the body, and I think even the pants maybe, of the 12-foot scarecrow. And you like made new hands and a new head, and it's a prop. Wow. Neat. How awesome. How interesting. Now, I'm not gonna go over all these. Surely not. There's a bunch of little people. I'm gonna call this the horrifying mischievous midgets. How about that? It's like hobbits. Oh, horrifying hobbits. There we go. Horrifying hobbits. Our little collection for a more budget-friendly approach. If you can't afford a big one, get one of these. You got the witch. Big eyes. These are Jemmy, by the way. Don't judge. Jemmy did something here. Let him cook. A skeleton. This and this and this and all them. Why is Lowe's so small this year? You got the two 15-footers, and all these props somehow seem to be like under 5 foot. Like, this is crazy. I am very disappointed. I know there's probably more to come, but this is not it. Alright, next. There's this clown. Apparently this is real. This isn't even really a clown. It's like a cotton candy booth or something. Or an ice cream booth, and there's like a clown head that pops out, and there's a skeleton bartender. It looks really cool. Really great concept. It just looks kind of cheap, and you know they're going to market it for like $400. It's cool, but I'm guessing for the price they're going to ask for it, it's just cheap and lazy slop. Just for what they're gonna offer it at. If that makes sense. It looks cool, but you know they're going to overcharge it because it's this huge unit. Yeah. Alright, this lamppost reaper, this thing came out, I'm pretty sure. This is pretty cool. He's like holding on. I think he moves back and forth. I don't know. It's really cool. I'm not going to make an effort to get it, but I think the idea of like a flying demon or ghost or something has been done better. I think even by Sam's Club, which is crazy to say. But yeah. Even Morris this year is cooking. Like, let's pull up the Morris Spider Demon. look at this thing. Spider mutation. This thing is peak. This thing's better than, I think, everything I've seen this year. But, man, I wish Lowe's was like that this year. They used to be. Alright, now let's move on. I want to move on to the skull head popper. Again, it looks kind of cool. The idea was there, but it's just a money grab. Because it's just the exact ripoff of the pumpkin one that was even sold last year. So it's kind of like just a spare parts type deal. It's just cheap and ugly and beautiful. It's just in its own vein of horrible that is good. It's creepy looking, but like holding a skull like this huge skull, by the way, I can tell it's fake. This is not going to scare anybody. All the people getting scared are going to be those stupid people on TikTok that act like they get scared, they punch it or something in the store. This is not going to scare nobody. It's cool, but stupid. These are never cemented opinions by me. Usually seeing them in person reverses it. But yeah, it's stupid. Let's face it. This one, I think I saved the best for last. There could be new ones as of this, but this is the Rotten Candy Cindy. I believe that's her name. I don't know what the full name is. Some people think it looks ugly. I think it's ugly, but in a great way. This is a clownish type prop. It's a salesman for like cotton candy or something, but it's rotten candy. That absolute beehive of a hair, though, that's a nightmare. That's ugly. I understand ugly's the point, though. It's giving me like Mars Attacks vibes, so somebody should get it, make the alien from Mars Attacks. That's pretty cool. I'm thinking maybe the hair is plastic and I don't know, like the head splits open like Face Ripper or whatever. That'd be cool. I think it's really cool. I think it's neat. It looks very techy, but in the best way possible. I hate it, and I love it, and it's awesome looking, honestly. It does look really ugly, but it's ugly enough to be creepy and be perfect for a Halloween decoration. Like the face, that thing's creepy and ugly, but still, you get the point. So that brings us here. That was Lowe's 2026. Just remember to wake up, everybody. It's just a nightmare. But just thought I'd talk about this. There's probably more to come out. But, yep, there you go. Lowe's. Ooh.